Okay, so for example, I'm about 5'10" and a little bit. This bench is actually better than most benches in terms of the height from the ground.
Yeah.
However, for a guy who's going to be shorter than me, he's going to have issues because his back's not going to touch the bench. Now, we do have a curve in our natural curve in our spine, but you don't want a guy doing a bench press that his legs are barely touching the ground and his back is arched and he's trying to do a bench press because he's going to strain his lower back. You're not going to get a good test. So what you can do to avoid that is just bring their feet up slightly off the ground. So your back won't be perfectly flat, but it'll be closer to a flat back. Because what you want to do is you want to push your body back in towards the bench so you can get that opposite reaction away from you. You're going to generate more power, more force. I'm okay with this, but I mean, and you give guys the preference if they want to put their foot on something. They don't have to, but you know, they could if they wanted to. So for example, what I would do is I get like a small little box. This is, do you have two of these?
I think there's just a few sizes.
Okay. This is. So now my feet is up. I have a bit more flat, not such an arch in my back. So when I'm pushing, it just feels more sturdy.
Yeah.
Okay? In terms of grip, again, you could leave it, I wouldn't go too wide. I wouldn't come close grip. I'd find a neutral grip in between there. What I tell guys is, once the weight comes down, you should have about a 90-degree angle in the elbows as you come down. So this grip for me right now from the line that is on the bar is pretty good. If I was out here, that is not a sport-specific grip because we don't play anything out here. We don't tackle out here. Everything that we do is on the inside. So I would stick more of a, if you were to put your hand straight out, that's kind of where the grip should be. So as you come down, you're going to hit that 90-degree angle. Like that. And again, like moving an inch or two one direction or the other, depending on comfort for the person, because guys are not going to be comfortable with that. You know, that's fine, give them the choice, but that's what my suggestion would be.
Okay.
Before they start the test, you want to come up, you want to balance, and get your proprioception before you do anything. From the time when you're balanced, you set your abdominals, you set your feet. What I mean by that is you're actually tightening your abdominals, you're pushing your feet through the ground, then you come down slow, and you touch chest, and then you explode on the way up. So slowly down, touch the chest, not a bounce, touch the chest, and stand up. Now, in a test, everyone's going to have a different rhythm. Some guys will want to go fast, some will want to go slow. You couldn't really say you go fast, you go slow. It's basically personal preference. However, keep the same rhythmical motion as you're doing it. That would be the best way to go. You wouldn't want to start out fast, and then you burn yourself out. You want to keep the same rhythm, same tempo as you're doing it. So for example, if you're doing 10, well, you're not going to say you want to get as much as you can. You come up, you set, feet, abdominals, back straight, you make sure you're square. Slowly down, hit 1, 2, 3. Okay? So you're having sort of the same tempo throughout. And I mean, there's two ways to do it. Like you can't, some guys like to exhale on the push, generally a good thing to do. Some guys hold their breath on the push, which is also good because that's called a Valsalva maneuver. You can generate more force that way also. I would suggest them breathing out on the push, just so you decrease the pressure in your diaphragm because you're doing so many repetitions. But either or can work, and you can generate actually more pressure when you hold your breath. For a taller guy, he's not going to want this.
Yeah.
But for a shorter guy, this will work well. And like when they're doing their training, because bench press and incline, all that is in the program, Practice with it.
Yeah.
You know, don't be lazy and just, you know, I don't want to lift it over here. Just practice with it. Do it with it. So hand position, not wide, not close, but neutral hand position. So slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Balance. Set your abdominal core. Set your feet. As you're pushing, push your body back in towards the bench. Push your feet through the ground, so all your supporting structures are helping you on the bench press. All right?
Yeah, that's great.
That's pretty much it for the bench.
Cool.